Hello and welcome back to a little bit of a different version of Moments with Mitch. I've purchased me a drone that I play with, and I'm trying to teach myself a little bit of photo editing skills. But I want to show you this house right here. This house used to belong to my great aunt and uncle, and right there in those trees before there it is, my grandmother's sister. So we called her Honey. She was my Honey and Uncle Bobby, and there used to be an outhouse that right there beside of it. Those trees, some of those trees shows where the garden used to be. But the reason I'm interested in talking about this house is like, yeah, right on the other side of that driveway, there used to be a big log cabin. And I'm going to fly my drone back here in a minute. That furniture store was actually sold off one generation prior. I guess the family needed some money, but I'm looking for the driveway that would have led up to the original log cabin. Can't really see much because the trees have grown in so much over the years, and I've gone to great trouble to cut out some of the neighbors because the lady that does own the land now was very gracious to let me come on and explore some and talk about this because I saw great sacrifice go into building this house and learning about how the generations had sold off the land uh, through the years, I guess as they needed it and things. But when I was growing up, I used to go visit on the weekends, and they lived in a log cabin. It's burned down many years ago. That all used to be a dirt road, by the way. Um, and they made great sacrifices and saved up to build this brand new house back in the 70s. And today, it just basically it went to ruin. When my aunt died, there was some family problems, and everything was basically just sold at auction, and it caused great heartache in my family. And that's why I'm bringing it up because you know you have to think beyond yourself and your generation. If you have a family, now I have no children right now, so I mean, you know, it may be a little bit different for me, but ultimately, most people have a family. They have children. They want they want to pass something down. But I've watched this family, and right there in that little corner where the road turns right there, I had another grandfather that basically he lived on that little corner right there in several different campers, and he was a fisherman, and just really simple countrified people. But the source of that house was a source of a lot of misery in the long run because what I watched in this family for generations. See how that used to right there. That used to be like a big farm, like the big garden, and we would. That's where I learned how to plant stuff and all that kind of stuff. But and at one time, my family owned all that. But over the years, they would sell off a little bit, I guess to make things easier on themselves or whatever. But in the long run, every generation, every generation from the time that was horse and buggies, okay, and dirt road right there, right up to modern times, every generation has had to start over because of very poor economic literacy, maybe some selfishness, and just bad decisions. And it's really a shame because families do not really have to start over every generation if some planning is put in place. Things can be a lot different. And I hope that maybe you'll think about that some in your plan. And, I would love to live out here, but that's how it is.